Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe so that you can see all the other videos that I will be posting. Today we will be doing a foundation and eyebrow routine because a few people had asked me to do it, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm also going to show you how I do my lashes. So without further ado, let's get started. Pretty much what I've already done, because we're not going to be doing an eye look today, is that I've already done my lids. I've added some color to them. What I do first is that I moisturize my face, which I've already done. And then I go ahead and start with my primer for my face. Primer that I'm going to be using today is again, this is actually one of my favorites. I also like the Smashbox one, but this is the POREfessional face primer by Benefit. I'm sure most people have seen this product. It's been out for a very long time, but I typically start by doing that. I will add it to my fingers, typically about that much. I'm going to pretty much rub it on my fingers and add it to my cheeks, which is where I have the bigger pores, the larger pores in my face, and then add some to my forehead, and the rest I will spread out on the rest of my face. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is by It Cosmetics. So bright. It is a Your Skin But Better CC Cream Plus, but it's full coverage, so I like that. And I have the color Tan. So what I do is that I add it to the back of my hand. I typically use like 2 or 3 pumps, sometimes 4, depending on how much coverage I would like. But yeah, so that's what I'll do, and then I'll dab it into it, and then I'll pretty much add it to my face. Ooh, ooh, ooh. By tapping on the product all over my face. Now I will go ahead and use the sponge. Then I'll use patting motions to blend out my foundation. Now that we have our foundation on, I will be adding concealer to my face. The concealer that I'm going to be using today is the new L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Coverage or Full Wear Concealer. The color that I use is Cashew in number 365. So if you guys are interested in the color, that's what I use. So what I do is that I just, and then do the other side as well. And then I'll add like the tiniest bit on my nose, as you can see. Then I'll add some right here, and then I'll add some to right here, and then on the other side as well. And then I'll blend it out with the Beauty Blender. I do use my fingers to pat out the concealer under my eyes, and then the rest will be blended with the Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques Cosmetics sponge. So now I typically add my setting powder onto my face, and I will add it mainly under my eyes, and then whatever is left on my brush I will add to like the top of my forehead, my nose, and you know, wherever else I added concealer. The setting powder that I will be using will be the MERCIER setting powder. So what I do is that I take my brush and I dip it in the powder like so, and then I tap so that the rest falls into the lid. And then I will take that, I will make sure that I don't have any concealer in my lines before I do that. And then I will take this brush and tap it into my under eye. Now whatever is on your brush, which is not much, you will go ahead and tap onto your nose and your forehead. So what I do is that I stick my brush in here and just, you know, get some product. So what you'll do is that I always do this face or this face just to get it on right. So what I do is that I will turn my cheek and with a gentle hand will add that bronzer to my face. I will start there and then I will bring it down. Again, I'm gonna take a little more and I will add some to the sides of my forehead. Like so. I will just, let me see if I can get you to see. So I'll add it here and bring it down a little. And then go into the hollows of my cheeks. And then I'll add it to the bottom of my chin. But I'm going to add my blush. And today I'm going to be using a blush from H&M. It is this really pretty coral pink. The color is actually pretty obvious. The shade is Coral from H&M. So it's a color, it's a coral color and the shade is Coral. Can't get easier than that. So I'm going to be using a Real Techniques blush brush to add this color onto my cheeks. But before I do that, I'm going to brush off the powder from under my eyes. Oh my goodness. So you just use a sweeping motion. I will dab that on my cheeks. And the highlight that I'm going to be using is from the Urban Decay Afterglow palette. If you can see that. It brings 4 of them. I'm going to be using the color Bliss and Side Piece. This is Bliss and this is Side Piece. I'm going to just tap into both of them together. Why? I just like it that way. It's just my preference. And I will add that to my cheekbones. Ooh, that looks nice. Yes, it does. Just like that. I will add the rest to my forehead. I will add a little bit to my nose. Okay, so let's do my eyebrows so that you guys can see what that looks like. So what I use is this Maybelline Brow Precise eyebrow pencil. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but again, everything will be in the down bar or in the info bar below. Alright, so what I do is that I just pretty much line the bottom of my brow first. Use a stroke motion to line my brow. I drag it out a little bit because I like my brows to go a little lower. And then after I do, and then I do the same thing with the top, but I do the same thing with the top. I pretty much follow the shape of my brow too. Like, I don't try to create a new shape. Again, this is my preference on how I do it. This is how I would do it. I'm not a professional, and I also don't, like, I'm sure that there's other ways of doing it, but this is how I would do it, okay? And then I just fill it in. I don't think I told you the color that I have. The color I have is soft brown. So, see the difference? Okay. Then I will go in with Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow Brow Gel. And the color I use is number 3, I believe. Yep, number 3, which is like a lighter brown. It's not like, again, it's not a dark brown. So I just brush that onto my brows to keep them in place. So yeah, that's what my brow will look like when I'm done. All right, so that's what my brows typically look like. Now we're gonna go into doing my lashes. Today I'm gonna be using the Ardell Wispies, which there they are. Sometimes they're too big for my eyelid, so I have to cut them a little bit, but it just depends. So you gotta make sure that you measure them out first before you even think of sticking them on your eye. So what you'll do is that if you get close, you will try to get them right in the center. And make sure that they're your size before you stick them on your eye. So now that I know that I don't have to cut anything, I will add glue to it. But if I did have to cut, I would cut from the outer side of my eye. So I would cut from this side. But I don't have to cut because it's exactly the size that my eyelid would be. So now I will add eyelash glue to it. What I do is that I will take my lash. I hope you guys can see this. And I will take my eyelash glue. The eyelash glue that I use is by Ardell. And it's the one with the brush. And it's a clear glue. So you'll add the glue along the band. And you're gonna let it dry a little bit. before you stick it on your eye, because if not, this is not gonna stick to your eye. It's just gonna swim in your on your eyelid. It's just gonna fall off. It's not gonna be pretty. So you want to make sure that you let it dry. At least, like, I would say I typically blow on them for like 10-15 seconds, maybe 20 for the most part. Once I think that it is tacky enough, I will take my mirror and I will place it right under my chin and bring it down a little, so that when I'm putting my lash on, I don't have a mirror right here facing straight towards me. It's a lot harder that way because you can't see. You want to be able to look down. So this is where my mirror is. If you can tell, it'll be right here. And so I will look down towards my mirror and then I'll try to stick it onto my eye. So I want to make sure the middle part of the lash is in the middle part of my own eyelid, okay? So I stick it onto where that would be. Then I will stick the outer corner, and then I will go ahead and do the inner corner. So that's what it will look like. If you're having like a hard time getting it to where you want it to be, go ahead and take a pair of tweezers, just a regular pair of tweezers, and try to push it where you want it to be. So when I started adding lashes for the first time, I used the half lashes instead of a full-on lash because it was really hard for me at the beginning. So I would just it was easier to stick on just an end lash as opposed to adding a full strip of lash. So I will just stick this on. So that's what that should look like when you're done. And I can tell you this much. If it's pinching you here or pinching you here where it feels like something's poking you, just take them off and put them back on, because if not, you will have a terrible day. So after I do this part and I know that they're comfortable, I will go ahead and use some mascara on my lashes and to make sure that they're the same color and that they're mixed together. The mascara that I will be using, I have a few that I use. Today we'll be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. It's a nice thick wand, which I love for my upper lashes when I have falsies. And you will just add one coat of this so that they merge. You don't need to add a lot. So that's the one with the lash. And this is the one with no lash. The one with the lash. One with no lash. So I'm going to go ahead and add my other lash, add some of the eyeliner, and finish my under eye makeup, and then I'll be back. All right, so that's what that looks like. I added both lashes, and then I added some of the colors that I had up here onto my under eye, and that's pretty much it. I thought that like I would show you what colors I used, and then I was like, well, if they want to know, I can just make a whole video for them. So if you want to see this eye look, let me know and I'll create a video for you guys to see it. so that you guys can see where I'm putting the actual colors, and so you can see what colors exactly I used. Then just let me know in the comments if you want to see a video on it, and I will be more than happy to create a video on this eye look. But I figured I would just stick to this. So today I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray Mist. So I will add that to my whole face before I do my lip. So I will take that and just spray it on. And that'll melt the makeup right where it needs to go. And then while that dries, I will show you what I'm going to be using for my lip. This liner is in the shade Bittersweet, and it looks like that. And then I'm gonna use a Milani lipstick in the shade Rose, number 42. I love Milani lipsticks. They smell so good. I don't know if it's just me, but they smell delicious. All right, guys, so this is the final look. Again, everything will be in the description bar down below. If you have any questions, or if you would like to see this eye look, leave a comment down below and let me know, and I will definitely do that for you guys. But this is what my typical routine looks like for my foundation, eyelash, and eyebrow routine. I know that the last two videos that I made, I definitely did not let you guys know, like I did it on a speed mode, so you guys didn't necessarily get to see the complete way that I do my foundation, eyelash, and eyebrows, which is why I'm doing this today. So yeah, this is what it looks like. This is not typically what I do for work. I do a much more simpler look. So if you'd like to see my work makeup routine, let me know, because I definitely don't do all these colors for work. I also don't do this full on coverage foundation for my work day. But if you want to see that, let me know. I also don't do lashes for work. But any other time that I'm doing my makeup to go out or on a date, this is what I do. So this is my typical routine. So yeah, I also did my hair a little different today. I curled it with a new wand that I got. So if you'd like to see, you know, how I do my hair, because I did do this myself, let me know and I'll do that too. But yeah, this is it. Please make sure to subscribe and thumbs up the video if you liked it. And see you next time.